All right, welcome to LunarFlow. Let's begin laying down on our backside. Take your legs out long on your yoga mat. As you get down there on the ground, pick up your right leg, stretch it out a little bit longer, then pick up your left leg and stretch it out a little bit longer. Let your toes kind of point out to the sides of the room. And then take a moment just for inventory. Just for inventory. How does your body feel? How does your heart feel? How does your mind feel? I would argue that the water new moons, that is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, I think these are the darkest, the deepest, darkest of the new moons. The most feely, the most likely to get down into the depths, down into like the mires. That's what water does. Water goes to the deepest point. If it's in a container, it can't help it, but just get down to that, to the deepest level. I think Ellen has strong Cancer. My mom has strong Pisces, and I have strong Scorpio. So we cover all of the bases between the three of us here. So each one of us is no stranger to the depths of feeling. And we have to remember that just not everybody has that same gift. Liability, sometimes it feels like. But this dark moon is it's meant for that. It's meant to feel. It's meant to go down to the lowest point, to excavate what is down there. Because if we never look at it, I feel like it gets worse. It grows, gets gnarly and nasty. We can't just avoid and escape our way through by being busy, by being positive all the time, any of the other ways that we choose to neglect that part of ourselves because it's easier. Let's bring our right leg up for a half triple diamond. Put the inside of your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Take your arm open wide into a big T. Stretch your fingertips away from your shoulder. Let your chest open from your center line all the way down towards your fingertips. Almost 10 years ago now, I had a really significant breakup. It was really scary. The guy did not handle it well. And was a long time coming. I knew that I needed to get out of that relationship for a while. I was just too scared because he was kind of a psychopath. And after I got out of that, I was so scared. I couldn't, all I did was like drink and eat shitty food for like a year, maybe a little bit. I don't know, definitely a year, maybe a little bit longer. that was just I couldn't even go there really. I just needed to distract myself. And I feel like every year that passes with how things develop in the world, it just gets easier and easier and easier to avoid those scary moments, those things that we really do need to address. It doesn't need to be something that dramatic. We can pick up our phone and connect with anyone, anywhere, at any time. We can order food to be delivered to us. We can shop online. There's so many little um seemingly innocent ways that we can cope with what is buried deep inside. I think the easiest one is just to stack up the schedule. Make sure you don't have to be still for too long. Let's take this right arm up over your head now. Reach it back so it also contributes to the half triple diamond. We've got our right leg and our right arm. Let those parts of your body soften as much as you possibly can. Listen to whatever arises. Another way that I've been learning that I avoid or escape from what I'm feeling is I tell myself that that's just dramatic. I get really critical. I think that's easy because we like, goodness, that voice in our head, it seems like it makes a lot of sense. That's too dramatic. You should feel different about it now. I want you to notice if that voice talks to you today. If you've got this critic that's talking things down, making sure that there is an explanation for this problem so we can solve it and get through it, get beyond it as quickly and as efficiently as we possibly can, because that's how we get back to productivity. That's how we get back to feeling good. But when we do that, those little dark spots inside of us, they don't get the light that they deserve. And it's the light, I think, that heals them. I think that's the light that the Bible talks about. It mentions more than 200 times, where it only mentions hell or darkness like 6. That's what we're meant to be focusing on with these holy texts. The Bhagavad Gita talks about that as well. Those are the main two I'm familiar with. I know there's a lot more. But I know that Buddhists talk about the light as well. So it seems that they're all kind of talking about the same thing using different language. Let's stretch our bodies out nice and long. Take your arms over your head, big stretch, big breath in. Oh, let all those muscles, ligaments, tendons, bones separate a little bit. And then soften as you breathe out. Let's take our left leg into a half triple diamond on the left side. Take your left arm out into a T and just let this arm, your chest muscle that starts here at your center, your sternum, goes over your shoulder out to your arm bone. It's your pec muscle. Let that puppy relax. That can be really tough. I am moments away from closing the door on you. This is the most that she talks to me all day. I don't know why. She insists on doing it while we're practicing. Pay attention to your inner dialogue as you lie there in stillness, preferably with your eyes closed. And see what it has to tell you. It might start to reason with you. We could be doing this. We could be doing that. What are you doing lying on the ground? Or maybe it's telling you, I've already excavated everything. I don't have any dark spots. I don't avoid. I don't escape. What does that even mean? I just want to raise the possibility that maybe you're so used to it that it's hard to recognize when it's happening. I've been talking with the therapist. Perfect for Scorpio season. Kind of get into some of these dark places with someone that isn't scared uh, to do it with me. There's so much of what I say to her that she's like, do you hear that? Do you hear that, critic? You hear that reasoning with something that doesn't need to be reasoned? Why can't you just allow that to be? I don't know. I like to investigate. I like to come up with the solution to the problem. That's how I feel like I can rest. And she says, this isn't a problem. This doesn't need to be solved. You just need to feel it. Oh, how do you even do that? I'm learning. Let's take a big breath in through your nose and then horse blow it out through your mouth. Let your lips flap around a little bit. Then let's take that left arm up over your head. So we've got our left leg and our left arm in the triple diamond shape now. I think this new moon is exact at 2 a.m. tonight. So really it'll be tomorrow. The sun, the moon, and retrograde Mercury will all be at 28 degrees of Scorpio, which is where the sun was when I was born. It feels like just a woo, feels like a lot. Not only do we have that going on, but we have a planet we have Jupiter in Cancer. We have Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, all within a couple degrees of each other. That's a grand trine when you have a big triangle in the sky. All of those, Mercury is retrograde, Jupiter's retrograde, Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, retrograde. Even Uranus is retrograde, even though it's opposing all of this energy. And that tells me that this time of emotion isn't something new. This isn't an emotion that has just fallen into your lap out of the sky. It's probably something that you've experienced before, and maybe you avoided it by being really positive, critical, problem solving your way through it, overworking your way through it, glossing over it, drinking, shopping, any of those ways. So with this darkness outside, let yourself wonder, what what darkness is there inside of you that you've just not had the time or the energy or the confidence to really look at and shine the light upon? Stretch our bodies out really long, reaching back with your fingertips, stretching your legs out, make lots of space, and then relax. Let everything soften again. Let's come into a full triple diamond now that we've done both sides. Connect the bottoms of your feet together. Connect your pointer fingers and your thumbs up over your head. Let your chest open up, your shoulders soften, your abdomen, let that soften. I've had a lot of massage clients lately that, like, right between their ribs and their stomach, there's so much tension because they're not breathing. That diaphragm muscle can get tight. That's the muscle that helps you breathe. It's the muscle that separates your lung cavity from your abdominal cavity. And whether you feel anxious or not, frazzled, overwhelmed, whatever, all those feelings associated with anxiety, if that muscle is tight, that is your body telling you that you are anxious. You've only been breathing in the top part of your lungs, and we need to get our breath all the way down. So as you're breathing down into your belly, notice if you can feel tightness. Sometimes it's shocking to me how much it can hurt to stretch that muscle out. I'm like, whew, guess I've only been breathing halfway for who knows how long. Just be patient, let it stretch out. Gently guide your focus back to that part of you as many times as we're here. Let's take another horsey exhale, flapping your lips around. Big inhale. And one more time, stretch out really long. Take your arms overhead. Big stretch, big breath in. Oh, big exhale and a breath out. Let's bring the knees in towards your chest. I had to use my special light in a different room last night, and so we're practicing in the purple today. Let's make some circles with our knees around our pelvis. Notice what that feels like as you move. You notice any creaks or groans or strong sensations otherwise. Just imagine what that story is telling you. Let's bring our knees back towards center. And we're going to take 3 squeezes, 3 hugs. So on your exhale, lift your nose up to your knees, give yourself a hug. Inhale, release down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Last one. Exhale and inhale. Let's cross our legs at our ankles. Rock and roll up to a seated position. Cross your legs in front of you and sit up nice and tall. Put your hands down on your knees and start to move your head around. We can bobble side to side, dropping ear to shoulder, and then ear to shoulder. You can add in a little bit of a swivel, bringing your chin to your chest and the middle part. With your eyes closed, you just practice listening to what would feel good to you, to what your body might be asking for. That voice is much quieter than all everything that goes on outside of us. All the things that require our attention, all the people that require our attention, all of that is very loud. It's very definitive. This inner voice, it's a little bit more subtle. Let's bring our gaze back up to neutral. Put your hands on your knees, and we're going to move our chest through some circles. So we'll bring our chest forward first, then to the right, round it to the back, take it to the left, and back to the front. And just barrel roll it around in a circle as much as you can. It's kind of a subtle movement just because we keep ourselves very confined typically. We keep our elbows close to our body. We keep our shoulders up towards our ears. That builds the habit of everything staying close together. So it might not feel like there's very much movement. That's okay. Let's change the direction of these circles. One more lap around. And then let's do some seated cats and cows. So we'll inhale, lift your gaze upward, move your spine, your chest forward, arch your back. And then exhale, round the other way. Look down towards your pubic bone, create a roundness between your shoulder blades, and find a rhythm that works for you. Forward and back, up and down. Come back to a neutral spine. Switch your shins, bring the back shin around to the front side. Then let's twist to the left. Put your right hand on your left knee. Big twist, as much as you can, rotating your whole spine, wringing out your organs. And let's go to the other side. Left hand to your right knee. Lift your spine up and start to look back over your right shoulder. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Wringing out. come back to center. We'll twist the other way, but this time more of a twist through our upper back. So we're going to keep our belly button pointing forward. It feels like it really limits the twist, but it just kind of forces the twist to be up higher behind our heart, between our shoulder blades. Oh, I think that feels so good. Keep that belly button pointing forward. Make some space behind your heart. And then switch sides, left hand, right knee, belly button points forward, lift your chest, and twist up nice and high between your shoulder blades. Okay, let's make our way back towards center and crawl over your knees. We're going to come into a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists, your hips on top of your knees, and move through some C curves. Go side to side, stretching out your side body, making space between your rib cage and your pelvis. Let's do one more to either side. And then come back to a neutral spine. Let's put your left hand down under your nose and then take your right hand to the ceiling. Start by rotating through your wrist. Just make some circles around either direction. Change them as it feels appropriate to you. And then make some circles. Right arm circles all the way around. Change the direction of those circles. One more big circle around. Oh, and then thread your needle. Bring your right shoulder down to the ground, your head down to the ground. The sun and the moon are together in the sky. That I feel like brings our subconscious mind and our conscious mind just a little bit closer together. So some of that, some subconscious stuff can just bubble up to the top. Maybe become a little bit more visible. We might have that temptation to just power through it. I didn't have this penciled into my day, so I simply cannot address it right now. How many times are we going to do that? I feel like every time we stuff it back down, it gets It gets darker, it gets moldier, it gets nastier, it just festers in there. Listen to that quiet inner voice. Notice where your mind goes, notice where your heart goes. Notice if that inner voice has a problem with it, wants to solve it. A big breath in, and then a big breath out. Let's come back up to our tabletop. Takes a little movement. You can do your C curves again. You can do a few cats and cows. Now we'll move to the left side. So put your right hand down under your nose. Take your left arm up to the ceiling, stretch it up high, start to rotate through your wrist. And rotate through your shoulder. Go all the way around your range of motion. Change the direction of those circles. And then let's thread this needle. Left shoulder comes down to the ground, rest your head. I have to turn off my air, but I will be right back. You rest right there. Come back up to our tabletop. Find a little bit of movement again, some cats and cows, some C curves. Now let's find stillness again in our tabletop. We're gonna lift our right knee up to the right side and make some really big dramatic circles with our knee around our hip socket. See how much you can move. See what your limitation is. Change the direction of those circles. And then take that leg, stretch it long towards the wall behind you. Flex your foot so your calf stretches out a little bit. And put your foot over to the left side of your mat. Look around your left shoulder for your heel. And let that right side of your body lengthen out, especially that spot between your rib cage and your pelvis. Maybe even into the intercostal muscles, the muscles between your ribs. And move that right leg out to the right side. So your foot is flat on the ground. Should be about in line with your left knee. Start to press backward with your hips until you feel sensation in your inner thigh. You can rest here, however, almost come down into like a child's pose. Just let that inner leg get some length. Had a lot of clients lately too with tight muscles here. These are the adductors. Some of them have ignored those tight muscles for so long that it is so painful to the touch. One guy had to get off the table once because he thought he was going to throw up. That wasn't my favorite, but it just goes to show that when we pretend like something isn't a problem, it just festers out of control. Whether it's something physical, something emotional, also something financial. I mean, just everywhere in our lives, if we ignore it, um, it's not the best way to handle it. I'm learning. Let's start to shift our way back up towards our tabletop position. Take that right leg behind you, toes on the ground. We're going to just press back into our heel to stretch out our calf muscle a little bit. And then place both knees back under your hips. Let's lift our left knee up to the side. Take some really dramatic circles. Change the direction of those circles. Let's take our left leg long towards the wall behind you. Put your toes down on the right side of your mat. Look around your right shoulder for your heel. Let that left side body open up. Stretch out, nice and long, lots of space. And let's put that left foot over to the left side, foot flat on the ground, in line with our right knee. Start to press your hips backward. You have sensation in your inner left thigh. Big breath in. Take a big breath out. And let's start to come back up towards our tabletop. We'll take that left leg back towards the back of the mat. Press back into your heel, stretching out your calf muscle. And then bring your knees wide, big toes together. Let's find a child's pose. Drop your hips down to your heels. Rest your chest down, your forehead down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Let's work our way back up to our tabletop. Find a seat, bring your hips down to the mat. Bring your legs out in front of you. Stick our legs open into a V. We're going to sit up nice and tall, and then we're going to fold our chest down towards a center straddle fold. Start to come back up. Bring our legs in front of us and then recline. So we come back down to the ground, just like how we started out our practice today. Let's take our left leg out long. Pull your right knee in towards your chest and find a half happy baby on this right side. If that is too much, have a little bend going in your left knee. There's this virtual group that I'm a part of. I was really resistant to for a while. I still am sometimes because I feel like there's enough distraction. There's enough notifications. I want to throw my phone out the window most of the time because I just can't stand the incessant notifying of things that like I didn't ask to be notified about. Anyway, I joined the group and there's a channel within the group that is about German new medicine, which is it's a really interesting way to think about our physical symptoms. It's a whole science, it's a whole practice that equates symptoms with different emotions, different conflicts that we experience in our lives. Let's switch our happy baby to the other side. So I've had some strange physical symptoms lately where I'm just sweating profusely at nighttime. I wake up in the morning and my hands are pruny, and some days I wonder, did I pee the bed? Like it's that gross. And I just out of curiosity, there's a lot of practitioners that are in this channel. So I yesterday went in there and explained some of the symptoms I'm having, and it's like, just does this mean anything to anyone? Does anyone have any ideas on if there's something I should be doing about this, or like what does this mean exactly? But I got a lot of good responses. One of the guys, his birthday is very close to mine. And so this new moon is affecting us in a very similar way. And he was the first one to reply. He said, no way. I have been having the same exact thing. And it's like I've been wanting to vomit. I've been sweating profusely, like hot and cold. And it's like, it just feels like a little bit maddening. And that immediately, I felt so much better. It's like, oh, maybe it is just that Uranus is directly across from our natal sun, and all of this energy is impacting very personal places in our lives and bodies, and like the blueprints of who we are. I just thought that was fascinating. I had a couple other people that practice German new medicine that chimed in and said it's a resolution. Like your body's clearing up something that's been with you for a long time. And since you're not crying, you're not letting it out through your tears while you're sleeping, your body's essentially crying. And that blew my mind. So I think I just wanted to share that because I think our bodies are always trying to heal and always trying to do what is best for us. And sometimes there's just so many factors that it's hard to consider everything, especially the way we live now. In little boxes, eating food that does not grow near us, that doesn't even grow at the time of the year that it does grow, you know? So if you have symptoms of any sort, I invite you to think of it just from that perspective, that maybe it's a resolution of something. Maybe it's you're having emotions and your body is trying to heal from them. It's not something we need to stifle with supplements or pills or red light therapy. We don't need to biohack ourselves all the time. Let's put this left foot down. We'll stretch out one more time. Big stretch, arms overhead, legs nice and long. And exhale. Bend your knees, connect your feet with the mat. Cross your right leg over your left leg and then drop your knees down to the left. Your eyes down to the right. It would be nice if my body would go more quickly. See, there's that little problem solving voice, because I'm sick of washing my sheets, to be honest. But when I look at it from a bigger bird's eye view perspective, I would rather get it all out now. I really would. I don't want this to fester inside of me for any longer than it's going to take to process it all. So yeah, sometimes healing is inconvenient, but I think that the alternative is epically more inconvenient, because then we carry that darkness around inside of us and it becomes bigger and scarier, and we have to work harder to protect it. Out twist to the other side. Move your legs back through center. Take your left knee over your right. Drop them down to the right and your eyes down to the left. Slowly move our legs, our spine, our hips all back to center. And then we'll get into our final resting pose. So if there's any additional stretches or if there's any shapes that your body would like to finish out, practice in today, the legs up the wall, maybe another triple diamond leg. You listen to that voice of wisdom that we work so hard to we work so hard to distract ourselves from. Watch your dialogue as we settle into this last pose. Watch your dialogue throughout the rest of the day as well. But right now, just see, is it doing any explaining? Is it doing any rationalizing? Is it doing any justifying or criticism? And if it is, you can have some compassion because the function of that voice is to keep you safe. At some point, you learned that that was the best way to handle that. Through criticism, through explaining it away, through just always being happy or positive or seeing what you're grateful for. I don't think any of those things are bad, but I think if we do it all the time, we become neglectful of important things going on inside of us. Take a big breath in through our nose and then let it out through your mouth. One more big long stretch. Shake your arms over your head. Lengthen everything out. And relax. Slowly make your way up to a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders down from your ears. And just bring your hands to your heart for a moment. Close your eyes and make a promise to yourself for today, for the rest of the week, for whatever you want to commit to pay attention to that inner dialogue and do that practice of recognizing if you're criticizing yourself, if you're justifying, if you're rationalizing, all you're doing is protecting a dark part that doesn't want to see the light of day. It doesn't want to see the holiness. It wants to stay safe and protected. With all of my love and all of my gratitude, namaste.